The first car of most of the Indians is a Maruti. Let's go and buy the stock. Everyone around you is buying Kajaria tiles. Let's go and buy the stock. Or the D-mart store is always full. Let's go and buy the stock. Fair enough. This strategy, this is a good observation, and this strategy has given good returns to the investors. But does it always work? Is good observation a good reason to go and do the investment? Let's find out in this video what all you should take care of once you have observed something, and then what's the next step you should do before taking on the investment. Let's check out. Hello investors, and welcome to today's video. Before we go further into what you should do as an investor once you notice something, once you observe something, let's first understand what exactly is good observation. For example, you notice everyone around you, including yourself, buying a particular product or maybe taking a particular service, and you are happy with that product or happy with that service, and you start looking at that company as a potential investment. That's called a good observation. You observe a product and you know the company is listed and you plan to go and invest in that company. It is good so far. But what should be the step you should take after you have observed that product or company? What should be the next step? Rather than investing, what you should do before that? Let me explain this to you with an example of a short story. So somewhere in 2015 end, I believe somewhere in November or December, I was just sitting in CCD, a cafeteria, cafe coffee day with a couple of my friends, and we started talking about investments and stocks. And recently, in that end of 2015, the IPO of CCD had come. Cafe Coffee Day. Coffee Day Enterprises is the name. And my friend is like, what do you think about this company? Some company seems to be doing good. I mean, look around you, the cafeteria is almost always filled. At least 50% occupancy is there. Plus, in a city like Jaipur at that point in time, there were about 30 outlets. Now, the natural common sense observation in this case was, when the company is opening so many outlets in a tier 2 city like Jaipur, they must be doing well, right? And you go to any of the CCDs, most of the time you will find enough good number of people sitting there. The occupancy rate is pretty good. So why you should not go and buy CCD? Good observation, right? Now, the simple thing to check is just go and check what are the profits of this company. Number one basic thing, I mean, you want your company to generate profits, right? So I asked my friend, have you checked the profit history of the company? He said, I have not checked, but it must be making good profits. I said, surprisingly, they are making huge losses year on year. And you don't have to, go into the annual report and check vast amount of data to check this simple thing. There are many websites available where you can go and check, right? And at that point in time, when the IPO came, or when any IPO comes, there is something called DRHP, Draft Red Herring Press Prospectus. That document has to be published by a company which is coming with the IPO, and you have all the financial details of the company in that document. So you must read that before you think of applying for the IPO, right? So let's go to the screen and check before 2015, when the company listed. Before that, what was the kind of profits or maybe losses the company CCD or Coffee Day Enterprises was making. Announcement for last video's winner. The name of the winner is there in the description box. A big congratulations to you. Your book will be delivered to the doorstep very soon. Please do read the book and share with us on the email how did you like it. For the other investors, other viewers, there is another quiz link in that description box in the below. Just check that link. This link is there in the box only for next 72 hours from the time we upload this video. Watch this complete video. Take the quiz for your learning purpose, and you may end up winning a book as well. All the best for that. Okay, so you can look at my screen. Now look at this company, Coffee Day Enterprises. This is the one which owns the CCD outlets. Just go down, just click on, let's say, profit and loss, and just check this. 2015 is when the company got launched. The IPO came, right? In that particular year, by the time IPO came, the annual report would have come, or the data would have been there in DRHP. Look at this, minus 84 crore loss in that year. Before that loss, before that loss, before that a very small profit. Now look at the percentage of profit compared to the sales of the company. The sales of the company in this year was 1652, 19 crore out of this is hardly 1.5%. which is like very low for a net profit margin of any company. Look at this, another year 18 crore profit. Look at the sales of the company. Net profit margin. What is net profit margin? Net profit divided by sales of the company. You generally ask people, what is your margin in the business? It's the same margin. This is hardly 2%. So 1 or 2% margin if the company is playing on, anything unfavorable happens in the environment, in the competition, in the whatever happens in the market, you will go down in losses, and that's exactly what has happening with this company. So this company has been a loss-making company for a very long time, right? You just observe this and you would have avoided this kind of a company which is not generating profit. How can you expect it to make returns for you? Yeah. Another company, Jet Airways. Now, whoever has traveled with Jet Airways, they really used to vouch for it. And I mean, I have also traveled, so I can really say their service, their that ambience, their experience of traveling by Jet Airways was class apart compared to all the other airlines in the market, right? And whenever you go to a Jet Airways flight, it was always like totally jam-packed and full, right? So that shows me that this company is doing well. I am happy with the product, I am happy with the service. Why not go ahead and buy the company? Right? But if you would have simply checked a couple of things in the company, for example, how much is the debt of the company, how much is the company making in profits, you would have stayed away from the company, no matter how happy you are as a customer, right? So just because you are a happy customer does not mean you will become a happy investor as well. Now, if I go down to this company, look at this. 2018-19 is when the news of Jet Airways in trouble started coming around in the market. But just check the net profit before that. Start from 2010, loss. Then 10 crore profit is like not even counted, it's like not even 1%, 0.1%. Then loss in 2012, loss in 2013, 2014 loss, 15 loss, 16 and 17 there is a small profit. Now again, this is where people get digressed and they're like, oh, now this company is making profit. But if you look at these 2 years profit put together, it is less than the loss made in one particular year in 2014. Right? So the company really has to do a lot to just cover up the previous losses and really come in profit and keep on growing every year, right? And then the news came after 2018 and we can see the losses went to the sky. So just check. You don't have to go into hundreds of documents and annual reports to see this. There are some basic things which you can check at any of these websites and you have to stay away from the company. Right? So good observation that a product is doing well or a service is doing well does not directly results into a good investment. So the point I want you to take away from this video is that good observation is not necessarily a good investment, but it is a good reason to start the research on that company, for sure. Yeah, it's a good reason to start the research. So it's a good quality that you have a good observation. Yeah. So you look around, you see some product, you see some service, you find out what's the company's name, is that company listed, and then you figure out about the company in detail. That's a good observation, good thing to do. But that is not a good enough reason to go and start your investments. That's a good enough reason to start your research in that investment, in that company. So don't get carried away. It's your hard-earned money. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you found value in it, please press on the like button. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Thank you and see you next time.